Example 11 on page 428. Subtract two fractions. All right. Now, to subtract the two fractions, one thing you need is that the two fractions must have the same denominator. This fraction right here has denominator y squared minus 7y plus 6. This fraction right here has denominator y squared minus 5y minus 6. And you see they are different, so you cannot combine these two fractions right away. So you must convert these two denominator to have the same denominator. Okay. So, all right. So you have different denominators. You need to find the LCD. The LCDs is the LCM we learned earlier of denominators. Denominator. Okay. So we're looking for the LCD, and we can find it from the LCM of all the denominators. So this denominator right here is y squared minus 7y plus 6. Now, to find the LCM, you need to factor out this denominator, which is here, and you also need to factor out this second denominator. And you're going to take all the unique factors, but you take the factors with the highest degree or the highest power. All right, let's look at this. Let's try to factor out this first denominator. All right, let's see. So C is 6, right? So C is positive. So you know that the side of all the common factor you get from 6, 1 times 6, 2 times 3. That's all you have for the factor. Now, C is positive. That means these pair of factors will have the same side as B, and B is equal to -7. Okay? Alright, and we try to find sum of factors of C that is B equal to -7. Another way of saying is that you adding these two factors, okay? You try to get this value right here, B equal to -7. Alright, so this tells you that, C positive tells you that these pair of factors will have the same side as B, and B is negative, right? So you know that it got to be negative because side of B is negative. If C positive, these pair of factors will have the same side as B, and B is negative. So these factors will be negative, all negative. Alright, let's find the sum of each pair. -1 plus -6 is equal to 1 minus 6. Sorry, -1. -1 subtract 6 equal to -7. And guess what? This is B. So we know that this is the correct factors. For this, no way you're going to get -7, right? If you take the sum of -2 and -3. Alright, so now you know that the two correct factors are -1 and -6. So x plus first factor, x plus second factor. This first one is -1, second one is -6. Alright, I'm going to make it straight. Simplify, you get x minus 1, x minus 6. Okay, you can test if you got the correct factor or not by multiply x times x. You get, sorry, it has got to be y, because this is the y. This is in terms of y. So all these has to be y. Okay? We can test this. Y times y is y squared, so we get this term. -1 times -6 is positive 6. Yep, we got this term. We check this, multiply with y squared. We check this, we multiply, we get positive 6. Now the middle term, which is negative 7y, we hope that we would get the negative 7y. We can check that by multiplying the inner. Negative 1 times y is negative y, and the outer right here. Y times negative 6 is negative 6y. Once you have these, you take the sum of this, negative y, and negative 6y. Simplify, you get negative y subtract 6y, which is equal to negative 7y. Okay, and this is the middle term. So that means we got the correct factors. So let me rewriting this in this form, okay, to make it cleaner. So this is y minus 1. Okay. This is y minus 6, so I'm rewriting this as y minus 6. Clear all these out. So y minus 1, y minus 6 are factors of this denominator. How about this denominator? Y squared minus 5y minus 6. How do we factor this? Alright, now this time c is negative 6, negative. So that means all the factors you found will have opposite side. One is positive, the other one negative. Okay, if c is negative. So negative 6 can be negative 1 times 6, or the other way around, positive 1 times negative 6, negative 2 times 3, or the other way around, positive 2, negative 3, and it looks like that's all you can have. And you're trying to find the sum of factors equal to b, which is equal to negative 5 right here. So which pair is that? When you sum up, you would get b equal negative 5. Let's try this one. Negative 1 plus 6 is positive 5. Wait, we're close. We got positive, this is negative. What if we switch the sign, okay? We'll switch this to positive and this to negative. Okay? If we do that, what do we get? Positive 1 subtract 6, we get negative 5. Yep, so this is the one, because match as b. This, you try it, you would not get b equal negative 5, so this is not the case. So now we know that the two correct factors are 1 and negative 6. So this is in terms of y, so we write y plus, fill in 1 here, fill in negative 6 here, and then we simplify. Equal y plus 1. This simplify to y minus 6. Okay? Now let's simplify. Let's test to see if we get the correct factor. Y times y, okay, is y squared. Yep. So 1 times 6 is negative 6. Yes. Now the middle term, we try to see if we can get negative 5y. You take this, you multiply, you get 1 times y is y. You take this, you multiply this. Y times negative 6 is negative 6y. You add them up. So y plus negative 6y is equal to y subtract 6y. Simplify to negative 5y. Yep. So we got the middle term. So we know that we have factored out correctly. Alright, so this trinomial can be factored to y plus 1 and y minus 6. So let me rewriting this as y plus 1 on here. Make it cleaner, y minus 6. Change this to y minus 6. Okay, clear all these out. Now, to find the LCM, you need to include all factors in both of these denominators, okay? Include all factors. But you use the factor with the highest degree. Let's look at y minus 1. Y minus 1 only occur one time, right? because this is raised to the first power. Okay, y minus 1 raised to the first power, only one time. Is there y minus 1 here? No. So the first factor is y minus 1. How about y minus 6? Y minus 6 occur only one time, okay, to the first power. Is there y minus 6 in the second denominator? Yes, there is. But it also, raised to the first power, occur one time. So we'll say y minus 6. Just one time to the first power. So we're done with this factor, anything else? We have one more factor we need to consider, which is y plus 1. Y plus 1 occur one time, because raised to the first power right here. Now, there's no y plus 1 on top, only here. So we still need to including that. How many times it occur? This raised to the first power, right? So it's only one time to the first power. So this y minus 1 times y minus 6 times y plus 1 is the LCM of denominators. And this is the LCD. So now our next thing to do is to convert all denominators of each two fraction to the LCD. Okay. Solution. Let me rewriting the original problems. Y squared minus 7y plus 6 minus y plus 3 divided by y squared minus 5y 6. Okay, this is 11. Oh, let me rewriting these denominators in terms of the factor form. Okay, so become y minus 1 times y minus 6. Okay, rewriting the numerator tracks. Again, I'm going to be writing the denominator right here in terms of factor form. So y plus 1 times y minus 6. The one on top is y plus 3. Okay? Now, as you see, these denominators have different factors, right? This is y minus 1, this is y plus 1. They have the common one, but they're still not the same. Alright, the LCD is y minus 1 times y minus 6 times y plus 1. For this first denominator, it missed the one that it does not have. The one that makes a difference from the LCD is it does not have the y plus 1. Okay? For the first denominator, it missed out the y plus 1. So, this is y minus 1, y minus 6, first denominator, right? So to get the LCD, let me make it smaller. Y minus 1, y minus 6. So to get the LCD, it need one more term, right? So you can multiply one more term, which is y plus 1. Okay? Now, if you do that, you change the original problem. So to compensate, you multiply by the same expression, y plus 1. So that means y plus 1 divided by y plus 1 is 1. So one time, this first fraction is the first fraction itself. That means we have not changed the original problem. So 2y plus 1 here, okay, on top. For this, is y plus 3 divided by y plus 1 times y minus 6. Now for this denominator, it would become the LCD if you include, or if you multiply the term y minus 1. Y minus 1 is the factor that it does not have. So if you multiply y minus 1 here, then you see that you would get the LCD. Alright, we're going to multiply y minus 1. If we multiply y minus 1, again, we change the original problem to compensate for the change. You also multiply by the same expression on top. Doing that, it means y minus 1 divided by y minus 1 is 1. So one time, the second fraction is the second fraction itself. That means you have not changed the problem. Make space. Okay. Now let's simplify as much as we can. So we have equal here. First fraction y minus 1, y minus 6 times y plus 1. We multiply numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. And same thing here, numerator with numerator. 2y plus 1 times y plus 1 subtracts. You multiply numerator with numerator, you have y plus 3 times y minus 1. You multiply denominator with denominator, you get y plus 1 times y minus 6 times y minus 1. Okay? Now you see, you actually have two fractions with the same denominator. Let's check. This is y minus 1 factor. Yep, it has 2. Y minus 1 factor right here. Okay? This is y minus 6. Yes, it has as well. This is y plus 1. Yes, it has as well. So you can write it in different order. Just like a times b times c is still the same as b times a times c. Okay? For all three factors, the orders does not matter. But this fraction have all the factors. This fraction, the denominator of this fraction have all factors that this denominator of this second fraction have as well. Okay? That means both fractions have the same denominators. That also means you can combine these two fractions as one fraction when they both have the same denominator. So y minus 1, y minus 6, y plus 1. When you combine the two fractions, the bottom is the common denominator, okay, the common one. And then you subtract the two numerator. So 2y plus 1 times y plus 1 subtracts y plus 3 times y minus 1. Alright. Let's see, we can factor or simplify. Now, you cannot simplify because there are two terms. This term subtract this term. You can only simplify numerator and denominator if you have common factors, meaning this top numerator right here has to be written as the factor form. Denominator is written as a factor form, meaning something times something times something. This is not. This is one term, subtract second term. So numerator is not written in the factor form, so please do not simplify yet. Alright. Now, you don't see any common factor that you can simplify, that you can factor out, then just distribute, okay? So 2y times y. 2y times y is 2y squared. 2y times 1 is positive 2y. 1 times y is y. 1 times 1 is positive 1. Alright, don't forget this subtract right here. This subtract right here applies to all terms here. Okay, so let me leave the subtract outside and distribute all terms here. Y times y is y squared. Y times minus 1 is negative y. 3 times y is positive 3y. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And denominator is the same, so rewriting it, y minus 1, y minus 6, y plus 1 equal. Alright, let's see any like term that we can combine. Now we cannot do it yet. These four terms are different, but let's simplify it by distribute this negative to all terms inside this parenthesis. So rewriting the first four term, 2y squared plus 2y plus y